Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, deaths, search, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks. I'm usually welcome. And it's really fascinating to watch these strained relationship between Russia and the United States that's been created the last 4 years under Biden and, of course, under the umbrella of the Ukraine war. But Trump is now trying to create a new relationship with Russia and Putin. And I know a lot of Americans chafe at this idea and will still continue to lambaste Trump as some sort of Putin lover and a Russian asset and the like. But as far as looking at it historically, like I do, and looking at the realities instead of the status narrative, I think this is a great move. And there's been three major developments that show that Trump is serious about creating a new relationship with Putin and Russia. And he's always had a pretty decent relationship with Putin, but it's out of mutual respect, I think. And Putin is doing his part as well. And I think this is a great development. The first one being that the U.S. is basically calling off their cyber warfare on Russia, and we'll see if Russia reciprocates. I'm sure they will. But that's a major development. And then now we have Russian and U.S. officials talking about easing a lot of sanctions on Russia, and that's a very positive step. And now Putin is offering to broker discussions for addressing the nuclear issue in Iran. And I think this is how international diplomacy should work. I don't think that we need to necessarily inflame any kind of bad relationship we have with Russia and Putin. I think to have an adult diplomatic conversation about these issues is the way to move forward. And certainly the last 4 years under Biden shows that that's the truth, because everything was a virtual stalemate over the last 4 years, with Biden refusing to even discuss anything or talk to Putin. And as I say, I know a lot of people still buy the status narrative, including the new EU proposal for some kind of deal separate from the United States on a Ukraine peace plan. But they also maintain this preposterous idea that somehow Russia is going to invade Europe. And as my regulars know, I just don't buy that narrative. The whole idea that Russia wants to move into Europe and take over countries and invade Europe is just preposterous. So anyway, I think this is all a good move forward. And as I say, I think this is an adult diplomatic way to move forward. And this fits into the continuum of history in a more realistic manner than what's happened. So I applaud these efforts. So anyway, we'll see what happens moving forward. I think this thawing of relations between Russia and the United States is the constructive way to move forward, and I can anticipate more constructive moves moving forward. Because the bottom line is, part of the reason why there's so much antagonism with countries like China, Russia, and even Iran is the fact that these countries want to be treated as partners, not as vassal states. And the U.S. empire has demanded vassal states. And China and Russia and Iran have long histories. They have a lot of self-respect, and I think it's important diplomatically for the United States to keep that in mind when dealing with these countries, to continue to lambaste them as lesser countries that have no voice on the international table is the wrong approach. And I think to treat these countries with respect, the same kind of respect that we demand, is an important component moving forward in the real world. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. I'm useful, don't you be one too?